7 riddles only people with good gumption can solve. You'll have 30 seconds to solve each riddle, so let's get started. Good luck. Number 1. Make this mathematics equation correct without drawing anything or moving the numbers. You just need to turn the blackboard upside down to get the correct mathematic equation. Number 2. A person fell into a well. The depth of the well was 30 meters. To escape, they climbed the slippery wall at a rate of 3 meters per day. But at night, when they were very tired, they slid back 2 meters. However, they still managed to get out. How many days did it take to escape the well? The person takes 28 days. Each day, the person effectively gains 1 meter, 3 meters up during the day minus 2 meters down at night. On day 27, they reach 27 meters, and on day 28, they climb out without sliding back. Andres was abandoned in a building with no windows and a locked door. On the wall, there was a note with the conditions for his release. In the middle of the room, there was a pipe protruding from the concrete floor. Its diameter was almost 5 centimeters, and its length was 90 centimeters. At the bottom of the pipe, there was a ping pong ball. It was impossible to remove the ball without some kind of tool, but there were no other objects to use. Yet, Andres managed to get the ball out anyway. How did Andres retrieve the ball? As ping pong balls are really light, Andres just needed to relieve himself in the pipe to retrieve the ball with his hand. Noah was a wealthy man who fell in love with a woman named Irene. They got married, but it turned out she only married him for his money. Later, she tried to poison him to claim his inheritance. He suspected it and avoided the poisoned food. Then she offered him an apple. He said, "I'll eat it only if you eat half of it too." Irene cut the apple, ate her half, and nothing happened to her. However, when Noah ate his half, he fell into a 24-hour coma. After this attempted murder, Irene was imprisoned, but Noah survived. How did Irene manage to poison her husband without taking any antidote herself? The poison itself was on the one side of a knife that Irene used to cut the apple. She gave Noah the piece of apple that had the poison. Charles was a famous pharmacist. He even managed to develop a drug that could cure an incurable disease. His colleagues were very jealous of his success and decided to harm him and steal the formula. One of the lab workers entered Charles's office at night and attacked him, leaving him injured. Charles recognized the person but couldn't call for help because he passed out. A security officer found Charles while checking the building at the end of the workday and called an ambulance. Charles survived, and 4 of his colleagues came under suspicion: John, Nicola, Felix, and Michael, who tried to harm Charles. If all 4 men were present in the lab at the time, they all covered for each other. And there was a strange note with the numbers 28, 27, and 57 found in the victim's pocket. Nicola. Charles managed to write it down as soon as he saw the murderer. As he was a great chemist, the numbers corresponded with the numbers of the chemical elements in the periodic table. 28, Ni, nickel, 27's cobalt, 57, lanthanum. On Friday, The mailman was delivering the mail and saw Robert lying on the kitchen floor. He immediately called the police. The police examined the scene and concluded that Robert had been attacked. On the table, there were some bottles of milk, bread, pills, keys, and Tuesday's newspaper. The mailman and 2 delivery workers fell under suspicion. Who was responsible for what happened to poor Robert? It was the mailman. The newspaper on the table is from Tuesday, which means no one had collected the mail for days. If that's the case, the mailman shouldn't have been delivering mail on Friday, as someone would have noticed earlier that something was wrong. 2 men are standing on the edge of an abyss on a wood board. One of them is holding a gun and wants to shoot the other one. But if the second guy falls down, the first one will fall into the abyss. Is there a possible way for one of them to survive? Who will actually die? The answers to this riddle are so diverse and everyone just thinks differently. So what do you think? Share your guesses with us in the comments.